Rams at Cowboys here, 1:00 game. Dallas favored by 6.5 against the Rams. Cowboys coming off of their bye. Rams coming off of their disappointing loss against the Steelers.
Mm-hmm.
Rams are always tough to figure out, but we can always lean on our will their pass blocking hold up analysis.
It's
and
not
this
like
doesn't look like a good matchup.
Right. It's not like that's been perfect as a gauge throughout this season. Like, you wouldn't have necessarily expected it to hold up well against Pittsburgh, and TJ Watt and Alex Highsmith, etc. And it did hold up reasonably well. Same against Philadelphia. Like, you wouldn't have expected it to hold up that well. Again, it was not like it was great, but it didn't cripple the game. Dallas, however, I think is still probably the toughest pass rush in the NFL. They don't have anybody that can block Micah Parsons. Dallas has more than that. It does feel like this should be the kind of pass rush that wrecks their game.
Remember, the Cowboys, last time we saw them was Monday Night Football against the Chargers. That was Dak's best game. He was making a lot of plays outside of structure in that game. We saw the best probably from Brandon Cooks there. I mean, to me, I think the gauge for Dallas is not are they good. It's how good are they. They beat up on bad teams. Can they compete with the best? I mean, it's amazing how quickly things change. Like, the last win that the 49ers had was that 42-10 game against the Cowboys. The Niners have lost their last two,
right?
And now people are questioning them. But just 2 weeks ago, it's like, well, the Cowboys just got whooped by the best team in the NFC. Like, things change a lot. So the same thing can happen with Dallas. They are capable of playing with the best teams, despite what we've seen against San Francisco. So, got to take care of business against the Rams. Then they're playing the Eagles next week.
Yeah.
By the way, the Eagles' schedule, just to go back to the Washington game for a minute, the Eagles' schedule after this is really tough because they have something like Dallas, Kansas City, Buffalo, and the Niners and Dallas in like a 5-week stretch again. So, are the Cowboys going to look ahead to the Eagles game? They got to take care of business against the Rams, and I think they should.
Yeah, I mean, the game plan against the Rams should be reasonably simple. Like, their pass rush should dominate. They've got to find a way of shutting down Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua. The pass rush should help with that. And then just not get, like, Matthew Stafford's had a ton of insane throws. Having said that, they haven't tended to put that many points on the board. So then it goes back to, can you avoid Aaron Donald wrecking the game for you on the other side? And with their offensive line, the answer is probably.
Rams just cut former Cowboys kicker, Brett Maher.
Mm-hmm.
Maher? I never say his name right. I think, are they bringing in Mason Crosby officially? That's the extent of my special teams.
The Dallas interior on the offensive line. So now they're actually getting healthy. Tyler Smith has given up 2 pressures all season.
I know.
Zach Martin has given up 9 pressures all season. That's a good offensive line. It's a good interior, and Aaron Donald, is, I don't know if he's going to have that much success against them.
Yeah, and every time Aaron Donald faces Quentin Nelson or Zach Martin, you got to highlight that as like here's some elite players going up against each other. So that's awesome. Awesome matchup to watch there. The other thing is Deron Bland. Got to move him around a little bit. He's had to play on the outside more with the injuries for Dallas, but if he kicks inside or Jordan Lewis kicking inside, that's your matchup with Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua moving around a lot. Just keep an eye on that matchup as well. Stephon Gilmore, Deron Bland, Jordan Lewis against those Rams receivers. Should be good. I'm going to be giving a little more information on this. I can't remember how much I've told, but at the Combine last year, we were presenting to NFL teams a new game athleticism score. So a score based off of movement skills within a game, based off of player tracking. And the number one receiver at the time, we've tweaked the model since then, so he's not maybe number one, but the number one receiver coming out last year in game athleticism, do you know who it was?
I do, because you told me before.
Of course. I'm bringing it up again.
Yeah.
Puka Nacua. So it looks like, look at that. We unlocked Puka Nacua with that. But yeah, he was a 99th percentile in-game athlete. And when you watched, obviously he's been great, but even like last week, he looks even faster. Last week, he was looking good when they got him in space. So
still you wouldn't intuitively say watching his tape that like athleticism wouldn't be the first thing that leaps out at you if you're watching Puka Nacua
No,
tape.
that's the fun thing about the modeling part of it, right? Is sometimes it matches what you see, and sometimes it doesn't, and it makes you rethink, and that's why you do the analysis on whether or not it matters.
Right, like you're watching Tyreek Hill. One of the first things you're going to be saying is crazy athleticism, speed, quickness, blah, yada, yada, right?
Borderline
that kind of stuff.
top 10 receiver. Yes.
That kind of stuff jumps off the tape. But Nacua, it's like, he's strong, he's powerful, he's in the right place at the right time, he's consistent. You wouldn't be saying, like, this is a special athlete we're watching here.
Unless you just watch his contortionist work along the sideline.
Okay.
That's all.
That's
not really baked in. Well,
No.
it's basically movement. It's acceleration and change of direction.
Yeah, so that kind of stuff.
It doesn't look special for Puka, but
Yeah.
when you're looking for it, you could kind of see it a little bit more. I'll take by 6.5. I'll take Dallas to cover it. No, I'm going to take the Rams
I'm taking Dallas.
to disagree with you, because 6.5 is a lot, but I think Dallas wins the game.
Mm-hmm.